We are now on to item 10, 4 West Santa Inez condos. All right. Then we will open the public comment period. I understand. Madam Clerk, please.
Okay, next we have 26 speakers now. Next speaker is Victoria Fierce, followed by Karen Seraph, and then Thomas Weissmiller.
Hello, my name is Victoria Fierce. I'm a local resident here in the Bay Area. I'm one of those young millennials who you've heard about who's destroying things like avocados and all that stuff. I'm here as the co-executive director of the California Renters Legal Advocacy and Education Fund. We are a 501c3 nonprofit incorporated in the state of California to enforce housing law. In particular, I want to remind the city council here, the City of San Mateo, you have obligations to follow housing law, in particular the Housing Accountability Act. Now, what the Housing Accountability Act says is that if a project is zoning compliant, you must approve it unless very specific findings are made. Those findings being specific, identifiable, objective, quantifiable health and safety issues. I'm not hearing any of that tonight. I was looking over your conditions of your findings for your denial, and they include things like not in scale, not harmonious, could be detrimental to harmony, could impair desirability. All these things, including your subjective general plan rules, are subjective. That's what they are. Housing Accountability Act says that you must approve this only based on objective standards. And as your own staff has said multiple times in these reports, it fits your zoning ordinance. Even if your site approval process has some kind of subjective standards, only the objective standards work on this. HAA requires these objective standards, and if you don't approve this or if you illegally deny it, then it's a $100,000 fine because it's $10,000 per unit. That's a big chunk of your budget. Carla, we win lawsuits. We've recently won lawsuits against City of Berkeley, City of Lafayette. We have one ongoing in Berkeley right now, Sausalito and San Francisco. So their appeal does not change your findings. So just saying, thanks. If you have any questions, please ask me. I'll be here.
Now, I think the city attorney has a few words for us.
One of the speakers addressed the Housing Accountability Act. So let me read you the key provisions of the Housing Accountability Act. When a proposed housing development project complies with, and the key words here, applicable objective general plan, zoning, and subdivision standards and criteria, including design review standards, but the local agency proposes to disapprove the project or to impose a condition that the project be developed at a lower density, the local agency shall base its decision regarding the proposed housing development project upon written findings supported by a preponderance of the evidence that both of the following conditions exist. The first, that the housing development project would have a specific adverse impact upon the public health or safety, unless the project is disapproved or approved with fewer units. As used in this paragraph, a specific adverse impact means a significant, quantifiable, direct, and unavoidable impact based on objective, identified, written public health or safety standards, policies, or conditions. Now, the applicant's attorney argued that the project complies with all applicable standards and design review standards, and the Planning Commission did not find that that was the case, and they did identify an objective design review standard. The standard was is quoted and it required, there's a link between the general plan and a particular development application project that requires that development application projects be consistent with applicable multifamily design guidelines.
Adopt a resolution to deny the appeal and uphold the Planning Commission decision to deny, well, we couldn't quite do that, so it would be without prejudice. Hold on.
Without prejudice. So your motion is without prejudice?
So adopt a resolution to deny the appeal and uphold the Planning Commission decision to deny, except.
Why don't you do this? Adopt a resolution to deny the appeal without prejudice and uphold the Planning Commission decision to deny the project.
Adopt a resolution to deny the appeal without prejudice and uphold the Planning Commission decision on planning application for 4 West Santa Inez and 1 Engle Road, site plan and architectural review for the construction of a new 15,322 square foot, 10-unit residential condominium project, site development planning application for the removal of 22 trees, and a vesting tentative subdivision map on the findings for denial.
Okay, I'll second
How'd I
that.
do?
That's perfect.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. I am opposed. Yes, so that's 3-1. Thank you. Sorry, I have to vote in support of housing.